All right. Good morning, everyone. And thank you so much for joining us all here today. Today's shir should be the Ilu Nishmas, our dear friend Menachem ben Yisrael Yaakov, as well as my dear aunt Rivka Bas Gavriel Tzvi, and for Zaidi, Reb Shmuel ben Yosef Doiva Cohen, and the Refuah Shalema Bekarov, Mishalom ben Sarachel, Miriam Basara, and Yair Yashia ben Chaya Atara. Today we are on page 208 in the Art Scroll for those who are following along. And today we are coming on to the fifth of the 7 reasons as to why the Torah does not mention Olam Ha'bah. And the fifth reason why the Torah does not describe reward or punishment in Olam Ha'bah is as follows: Umehem. Another reason, Ki hamasa hatoiv mischalek l'shnei chalakim. He starts off like this. He says, good deeds are split into 2 categories. Mimenu nista ein mashkef alav zulas habara. Some good deeds are hidden from people, and only Hashem knows about them. So we spoke about a few times about duties of the heart. So it says to fear Hashem, to love Hashem, to do certain mitzvahs that only you know about, not that anyone else sees. And so that's one part. But there is also some good deeds that are performed through visible actions of the limbs and that are not concealed from human beings, like for instance tzedakah or any kind of other visible mitzvah that someone sees you doing, putting on tefillin, shaking lulav and esrig, doing something of a mitzvah that people could see. That's the second part. So those your 2 parts are duties of the heart, some mitzvahs that you are mekayim by only you know about it, it's in your mind, it's in your heart, only Hashem knows about it. And then you have those that are the mitzvahs that you do, people can see that. But I want to preface also that doing a mitzvah that with the right intentions also has those 2 parts, and you're going to see how reward is worked out for that. Whereas when you do a mitzvah, like give tzedakah, you do it really l'shem shemayim, not doing it because of an ulterior motive. You not looking for fame or for some kind of help or gratitude from the person that you're giving it to. And so doing it l'shem shemayim also gives you, with Hashem knows in your heart why you're doing that. And so the outside portion is where people see you doing it and you get schar for that. But what's in your heart, only Hashem could see that. Now Hashem, He rewards a good deed that is performed through visible actions of the limbs, so what everyone else sees, with reward that is visible to all, meaning reward in this world. For instance, like if you give tzedakah, Hashem might give you back, double or more or something like that. Whereas He rewards a good deed that is private and concealed with reward that is concealed. And that is Olam Ha'bah. So if you in your heart are doing something for Hashem, a good deed, a mitzvah, like fearing Hashem or being Mekayim Hashem, but again, it's hidden. No one else can see that. That is a reward that Hashem gives you that's also hidden, meaning from the world. And it's only something that you will get later on in Olam Ha'bah. V'hu gemul ha'olam ha'bah, meaning this reward is for the world to come. V'alkein zechari David alav hashalom b'mila shmur el inyan. This is why David HaMelech said, and he referred to this reward of the world to come with the term that indicates this point. K'moshe Amar, ma rav tufcha asher tzafanta l're'echa. He says, how abundant is your goodness that you have hidden away for those who fear you. Hidden away means, again, the part no one can see. You give away that schar, the goodness, is Olam Ha'bah. We learned that yesterday and the day before, that the abundant goodness of Hashem, that's the Olam Ha'bah. And those who fear you in secrecy, and not necessarily secrecy, but it's something that you're not publicizing, it's just for you and yourself. And as we find regarding reward, so it is regarding the respective punishments for visible averos and hidden averos. So the same thing goes for when it comes to doing an avera that other people could see versus an avera that you feel in your heart. So for instance, in your heart, you might decline Hashem, something like that. Other things that you could do that you're cursing out Hashem, God forbid, and you're doing so in your heart. You're not saying it out loud. Nobody could see it, but that's something Hashem does know about. He knows your inner thoughts. And that's a transgression that's in you that no one else can see. Or versus in a regular avera that someone else could see. You might do something in public and someone could see you doing an avera. And so the same goes through. When you do a avera in public, Hashem gives you punishment on this world. And as he outlined, we're going to see it in a minute, and the Torah outlines those punishments. But when you do an avera in your heart, then that does not show that the punishment is given on this world, and it's only given to you on the other world, that Hashem might relinquish your ability to have any kind of Shaar in Olam Ha'bah, or might put you into hell or something like that. But that's a very much higher level. Now, Rav Av cites support for this, and he says like this. He says, proof of this is that Hashem promised all the Yidden that for the mitzvahs done through visible acts of the limbs, meaning the mitzvahs that you do in public, people can see it, they will receive reward that can quickly be seen in this world. There, it's talking about Parshas Bechakosai. The Torah doesn't mention specific rewards for individuals. What the Torah does talk about is reward as a whole of Klal Yisrael, which means that the Torah was talking about over there. And over here it says, "Vuham furish b'farashas im b'chakaisei." There's where it says in Parshas Bechikosei, "V'chein arav lehem al averos haniras hagloros." Likewise, he says over there that Hashem promised for all the mitzvahs and all the averos, he promised a reward and punishment. Over there, he was talking as a whole. Hashem said, if you guys do mitzvahs, if you didn't do the mitzvahs, then I will grant you abundant crops. I will give you abundant blessings. But that was for the whole Klal Yisrael. That wasn't for any individual. It doesn't talk about immediate reward for your own personal mitzvahs. And the same thing he said by transgressions, that if the Yidden as a whole are sinning, then I will punish the entire Klal Yisrael as well. And over there you see those psakim, it doesn't mention anything about the averos or the mitzvahs of your heart. Why? Because a whole Klal Yisrael can't benefit or get hurt by something that you're not doing publicly. We don't even know about it. So if we don't know about it, we can't guide you in the right direction if you're doing an avera, and we can't be inspired by the mitzvahs if you're doing it in your heart. And therefore Hashem in the Torah doesn't mention anything to do with the duties of the heart, anything to do with a mitzvah, a good deed that has to do with your heart, only anything that has to do b'fer hesya in public, that if you do a mitzvah or an avera that you'll get punished or rewarded for such a mitzvah, and again, as a whole. And the reason is because the general public is not aware of this when you do so. Now, the Torah makes clear elsewhere that the public is responsible for overt sins, for anything that people are doing before Hashem. The hidden sins for Hashem are only revealed sins are for us and our children forever. What does this mean? It means that we are responsible. When he's saying this, that if we see what's going on, we are responsible for those sins. The pasuk says, "Ve'im ha'alim ya'alimu, am ha'aretz eseineim min ha'esh hahu besita mizar lamelech levilti hamis oisai." If the people of the land avert their eyes from Molech, over there was a problem. There was a idol, a getchka called Molech, and people would be makriv their children to it. And so over there, that Hashem said that if you do that, then you're going to be stoned to death. And then it says also here in the pasuk, "V'samti ani es panei be'ishahu mushpachtoi," that he's going to wipe out their entire family. Over there it says also that if you don't do it, if Klal Yisrael doesn't physically punish this person by giving him stoning and to kill him that way, then what Hashem is going to take care of on his own right away, it says. Why? And that's proof that Hashem is showing that if you do something overtly, openly, in public, an avera such as that, or any avera, the punishment is going to be immediate and it's going to be in this world. He's not going to wait for the world to come and to put you into hell. He's going to punish you right over here, right now. And that's what the pasuk is talking about over there. But with regard to the mitzvahs and transgressions that are hidden from a person's heart, the judgment of their consequences are only with Hashem. No one else can see that. And therefore, those are only in Olam Ha'bah. So just to, having explained that reward for the world to come is given for those mitzvahs that are not known to the public, Rav Av arrives at the fifth reason why this reward is not mentioned in Torah. Therefore, since the Torah does not discuss reward and punishment of the world to come, because We don't know about what that is. It's not publicly known. We don't understand that because we don't see it. And being that we don't see it, Hashem is not going to talk about something that we don't see it and don't understand. Thank you, everyone, for joining us all here today, and I love you all.